Hey everybody, it is oh god, Saturday, September 20 something, and I'm making another video. Going to give you a walk around of my what is for sale 1989 Z-VIN Dodge Ramcharger. The Z is specific. It's not a typical Ramcharger. It's a very limited production line that was made with the heaviest axles, heaviest transfer case, the big first generation overhead valve 360, and the super low gear 3-speed torque flight transmission. It's all original motor, all original everything. I've worked very hard over the past several years to take care of it. Unfortunately, my wife's vehicle messed up. I had to take the money that I was going to put in the Dodge and put into a vehicle for her, which meant I had to get a different vehicle, which meant I didn't have money to put in the Dodge. So I'm going to show it to you. It is for sale. See what kind of offers I get, but I'll be honest, please don't think, number one, I'm not going to sell it to somebody that's come up to about, I'm going to jack it up and put bigger tires on it and tear it up. No, this thing's 30 years old. The whole point, I was supposed to take it off the road so that around January, February at tax time next year, I could put it back on the road and I'd have my blue tag, which was a big deal for me. It still is a big deal for me, and it burns my ass that I'm having to sell what I absolutely adore. Ramchargers for me are like a dream vehicle. It's not like, you know, some people's DeLoreans or a Lamborghini or Ferrari or all of that garbage. I didn't want none of that. Old Chuck Norris did just fine as Lone Wolf McQuade when he drove that supercharged big block Ramcharger. And that, as a kid, was the ideal of what was cool for me. And as I've gotten older, I've wanted some, and I wanted them. Finally, I got the chance to get one, and I actually got one of the best ones they ever made. They're rare. There's just a couple thousand of them. And this is a good one for what they are. So I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to go through a walkthrough. Actually, I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to do this. This is my 1989 Dodge Ramcharger, 360 overhead valve, first generation, 360 overhead valve, Holley. Intake high rise for it, for the throttle body, Edelbrock dressing. The cat does not come with it, but that's it. I've worked my ass off to take good care of my stuff. I've done it very specifically and very well to take good care of it. So let me go over it. First off, this is not stock radiator. The radiator that's in here now is an all aluminum high flow radiator. The regular radiators just, you know, they're not good enough, especially on these older motors. You want to keep as much fluid through them, as much air through them as you can, keep them cool. You'll see down here that water pump, which you see how nice and pretty it is. That is a high volume water pump. It is not your typical water pump. It pumps about 30% more water, which is perfect for this radiator. Other than the Holley, other than that, it's pretty much stock, but you know, I've worked hard to keep her clean and take care of her and make sure that she's done right. As you see, there is no rust. I keep getting messages. Is there any rust? Is rust? No, I'll show you in a second. But you see down in here, there's my frame. No rust. No rust. Now, $1,500 of the price is going to go for these brand new tires. You see, I've got about maybe 1,500 miles on them. They are 33 by 12.5 by 15s, 5 lug. The 4-wheel drive does work. I mean, but I'll go over. You can engage it, but it needs a hub bearing on the passenger side, which was part of what I was going to do. What I'll show you, I've got a bunch of parts. Now we look at the interior. You see no rust. You see the floorboards are all solid floorboards. Everything is exactly like it should be. No tears or cracks in the dashboard. I keep the seat covers on, but you see the seats. The only spot didn't even tear. It come unsewed right there, and that's it. It's just an unsewed spot. There's the thread. It didn't even tear. That's it. I keep these seats covered. The backs look very good. There's the back seat. And yes, it does it folds forward and sets up. Passenger seat is also in as good a condition. And of course, you see here, there's them tires again. See all that tread, all that brand new friggin' tires. It eats my ass. I have to sell my truck. You see? Here's my rails. Up top. No rust. You get your resitch with it. And all of this are the parts that come with it. New power window motor for the passenger side. Lifetime warranty brakes for the rear. Plus hardware wheel cylinders for the rear. Brand new Ranchos. These are the best Ranchos you could get. Brand new, never been taken out of the box. Brand new power steering pump, refurbished power steering pump, and I have brand new hoses to go with the power steering pump. All these parts, that was part of what I was going to do with it. You see the back bumper is completely chromed, no rust. And of course you see this side also. You see the glass. It's not cracked, no chips, no breaks, nothing. Now, I have the motor for this window, and then it'll work fine. That one you manually put up and down, the switch is good, the motor's good, but it's the window itself, it's off track of the motor, but it still goes up and down. It's all minor stuff that I'm taking her off the road. Oh God, I can't believe I gotta sell my fucking truck. It eats my ass up. There you see the Kenda cleaver, 3312.5. You got the step bars, and again here. Now, one of the things I was gonna do, I was gonna repaint the whole truck this color. As I started with the hood, it's gonna be blue and white, was gonna be the two-tone. But this part, because of the sun, I had to take it all the way down to metal. It needs to be painted. This is the start. Now we're going to hear it crank up. And yes, she does run and drive, but she needs full rebuild on the rear end for the brakes. That's why I had all those parts for the brakes. I was going to redo the brakes, the wheel cylinders, the hardware, shoes. It's already got new brakes on front, put on just a few months ago. And she starts up like that every time. And you hear, she don't knock. Sounds like a sewing machine. I change the oil regularly. It's a new transmission filter and trans fluid. And you see it. I've changed out most of the gaskets if it needed it, which most of them up on the top part I went ahead and did when I did the valve covers, and I put a new timing chain gasket, new water pump, thermostat. It's a low temperature thermostat, opens up at 160 degrees. That way down here, it's better for it because it's so damn hot. There we go. Now you can see on that holly. That pretty holly right there. All the AC is there, just not hooked up, but it is all there. Defroster works, blower works, all of that. She runs true dual exhaust. It's Flowmaster 50 series, and it is legitimate Flowmaster 50 series mufflers on it. I had it done at Key Auto Clinic out off Sorrento, right before you hit, you know, all the main roads out there out in Perdido. Alex did it. She doesn't really smoke. I mean, like, you see just a little puff puff. As soon as you take her out on the road and open her up one good time, that'll go away. But I don't want to sell it, but I have to. This damn thing is a tank. 360 overhead valve roller motor, or the overhead valve first generation motor. Torque Flight 3-speed, low gear, heavy duty transmission. Transfer case, I can't remember the exact numbers and what have you, but it at the time was the lowest transfer case you could get on a vehicle. Dana 44 axle, no rust, solid. She's ready to get restored. I was going to halfway do it and keep driving her. But, you know, the wife tears a car up, you have to spend the money on getting her a new car. Hell, I got her a Toyota now. Let's hope to God she don't tear that up. But anyway, if y'all are looking at this, then you probably got referred to it by Facebook or Craigslist. You should have a way to contact me. But listen, if you're going to offer me some ridiculous number, please don't waste my time. I mean, really. And if you have plans of jacking it up, turn it into a mud rider or whatever garbage, don't call me either. If you're somebody who wants real American machinery that was built to last, and you've got enough of a background to be able to do it right, like I was going to do it, give me a call. Title is in my name. If you are interested and you legitimately want to buy it, we'll go down to the tag office together. I'll get a copy of the title right then and there and give it right to you. Unless my wife can find the damn title in the house somewhere. But you here, she runs, she drives, got a bunch of good parts. Hopefully you like her. If you do, let me know. Thank you.